Hi team, I'm so excited to be on site at one of the brands that I grew up with, and I know many of you as a young professional, and that is at Express. I am interviewing today their head of brand and creative, Kendra Stokes. She's going to tell us all about her career journey, take us behind the scenes of what makes this incredible long-time 45-year-old brand go round, and even give us some insights into seasonal fashion trends. Can't wait for you to see what we have in store. Oh my goodness, look at this.
All the color.
I cannot wait to learn more about this space.
No, I'm so happy you're here.
Thank you.
This is what we call our mock store, and it's essentially a lab. So it's a replica of a real store. And this is where we workshop and we put together how the product line is going to come together for a floor set, which is every month for us. We have new amazing product that comes in.
What are some of the things that you pay attention to as the head of brand and creative?
Yeah, great question. So we work really collaboratively, as most marketers do, with our product team. So our merchants, our designers, as well as visual merchandising. So visual merchandising is really responsible for how it all kind of comes together in the store and how it looks and feels.
Yeah.
But then we work together to say, okay, we know, as an example, this is one of our key areas. It's called the hot zone.
Yeah.
So this is like when you walk into any store, you're going to see this expression of dresses and know just how important these prints are. Like, this is what you should be buying. Like, we're telling our customer, like, this is the it item of the season.
Yeah.
And so for me, understanding that, because we then photograph this, we put marketing behind it, we make sure everything's lined up. So while this is the store presentation, like all of the marketing behind it across, email, digital, everything will really support this. So then we also work on like more of the in-store marketing fixtures. So you'll see like navigational, signage. You'll see here, we have our wide leg jeans. We're trying to really bring those back in a big way for Express. Once a customer gets in our jeans, like, we have them for life. So wide leg is a trending leg shape. So for us, it's all about leg shapes versus one key item. We want to show our customer we have the fashion choices they want. So we'll work really closely on like navigational signage. So that's a key element of my responsibility, is to make sure we're clearly, without distracting, highlighting the item and highlighting how it's going to look on you, what are the fits, like how's it going to fit. So that, and then working through these navigational signs to really show the emotion of the brand, show the season that we're in, and really help a customer shop. Like, that's really the filter that we put in, because you could put signs everywhere, but you don't want to. You want to keep it clean and really focused. So yeah, we have fashion tops are another critical thing. These are amazing. I want to show you. These are new. So we've got these like ruched with hardware.
Oh yeah.
So this kind of is a little bit of that aspect of going out, or dressing up at nighttime. And then we have some great bodysuits that are just so flattering. And then the other thing I wanted to show you are these. Like, these are trending for us. Like, again, the gold hardware.
Yeah.
Just having those little, pops of, I like to say, confidence. Yeah. Like, we're selling confidence.
I love that, Kendra.
Like, you can feel like you can be yourself, but also push it a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it feels as though you had mentioned mixing and matching. You're helping people understand how different patterns and colors and textures go together visually.
Yes.
Very intentional.
And I think that the mannequins are another great way, to your point. Like, our research has told us, like, our customers come to Express for help. They want help on, when you look good, you feel good, and the big moments of their life, whether it's a spring wedding or a job interview or podcast interview, it's like, help me. And these mannequins, we hear time and time and again through every research, like, that helps them in store, especially men too. Like, they're like, I will buy this whole outfit.
Take it.
So this is another good way to show, to your point on mixing and matching.
Yeah.
And the color palettes and how it can all go together.
I love it. So how has the retail space, the store for Express, evolved over time?
Yeah, I think, we're really trying to be edited and focused. I think that we've gone through, we have an amazing history, and we're so proud of it, and we're known for being a fashion destination.
Yeah.
But I think at times we've gone through different iterations where we get really excited about a couple of new things, and there have been times where, the edit point is so important. So I think that where we've evolved is being very focused and edited, and thinking about navigation, thinking about destinations in the store. Less marketing, right? You don't want to be the store that has so many signs that you can't figure out where your eye should go.
Yeah.
So I think for us, I think just having that edit and that the discipline to edit is been the evolution. Yeah.
You can tell.
And then this is kind of, as you kind of get through the store, again, this is the sneak peek. So there's like onesies. In a real store, it would be full, obviously, of inventory, but we're in the process where we work with samples. So you have like, a great workwear piece, and we're trying to your point, show the different ways you can wear multiple pieces and mixing and matching, just so a customer can come in and say, hey, if I invest in these 3 pieces, I know I can wear them different ways and over again. So that's how we try to merchandise as well.
Absolutely. This looks familiar.
I mean, let's see who wore it best. You look amazing.
Well, you know what? I got some great advice prior to the interview from someone I know, and can't thank you enough for sponsoring my attire for the interview. It is just a gorgeous color, and like you're saying, so functional. I got it because I was like, I can wear this in different ways. I can wear the vest by itself.
Yep.
It has the little cutout in the back. It has brown here, so I could pair with black or brown
or jeans.
Or cream. Super functional and very comfortable.
Yes, I'm glad you called that out. I think this is like our zone that we're known for. And it's, we have our editor pant that is literally our best-selling pant. I can't even tell you, I think we've sold over 35 million units of the editor pant throughout the years. And what the evolution of that has been trending colors. So this is, we call it like a chartreuse color that has been trending, and our design team will see those trends on the runway or through TikTok. Like, they get inspired by so many things, but then bring it to life. So our customer can do exactly what you said, to say, hey, I already have my black editor pants. They're my tried and true. They're comfortable. They fit me, but how do I continue to spice it up? And those colors, that's a good color. And then this blue is another one that's very
I love that.
Popular and new that's coming. So just really a bright color with a new spin on our pant. This is like a fluid wide leg.
Yeah.
So this is something new for us.
Ooh, and light.
This season. Yeah, it's very, to your point, light and comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just fits so nicely.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yes, I've learned a lot, and I've learned a lot through trial and error. And I think that sometimes you need to embrace when you've made a mistake, because I feel like sometimes that's been the best learning lesson for me as I've grown as a leader. I think my winning playbook for being successful as a team is, number one, being very clear about our objectives, right? And I think laying that out so everyone's on the same page of like, this is what our goal is and the role that we play in it, and making sure every person on the team is clear. Even when you're interviewing someone, like, this is our business, this is our brand, this is what I need out of this role, and help me understand how you've done that. I take that through every part of being a leader. And then I think it's, making sure that everyone feels clear on their part on the team. Like, not everyone can do everything. So just realizing who has the strengths in the various areas. And I think I've learned that from great leaders I've had, is how to put the people in the right spots, because that's really kind of the magic of being a coach. I feel like I'm a coach. That's part of my job as a leader, is where does the right person go in, and where do we, build a team collectively. And then I think it's making sure that the team has context and really understands the goals we're trying to achieve, and then giving feedback. I think making sure if something was done really well, recognize it. I think recognizing small wins is so underestimated and so important as you're building a team. For me, like, I've seen people light up when you're just like, hey, that email you created, like, it was right on point. It had a 5% open rate. Like, it was awesome. That means a lot to people. So I think that making sure that you're deliberate in that is important. But also, I learned in one of my leadership classes about fierce feedback and critical conversations. And I think those are really important, and having those skills, because you have to, right? You have to be able to share constructive feedback to get better. And I think you have to make your team feel safe in doing that, in a trusted environment. And that's really what I try to cultivate, is like, hey, when I'm giving you this feedback, it's not because I'm trying to be a jerk, or you did something so wrong, but like, this is how it could be better, or this is why I'm giving the feedback on how it could evolve. And then I think the last thing would be just iterating, right? Like, seeing how it works, measure it, see how things have come together, and if it didn't quite meet your expectations or goals, like, change it, right? Try something different. And I think that constant cycle is also part of the job too. I think sometimes newer leaders I've seen be like, oh gosh, I always have to give feedback, and I'm like, yeah, it's part of the job. And good work it's you're never done. And I think when I was younger in my career, I'm like, oh gosh, I thought I met this goal and I'm done. But a good leader told me, like, hey, we're never done. Like, you're always learning, you're always evolving, and you need to bring people with you as you do that. And I think that's part of my leadership style. I think for younger team members, and I try to do this, it's and teach them, it's being proactive, right? I think honestly, when I look back on my career, that's how I've gotten to be a VP, is I prided myself of what are the next 3 steps, right? Like, I'm working on a project or I'm developing this event. And I think where I have been successful, what I've tried to teach and where I've seen success with younger associates is they come prepared. They come prepared with, like, hey, if X, Y, and Z are the next steps in my brain, here's what we should think about, or here are the potential challenges I see happening to us, and here are some solutions I've already kind of thought through, even if they're not right. That proactive thinking, and to have my back to say, oh, these are the things that could be pitfalls, or have you thought of these? I'm so appreciative. Like, no VP, no leader, no CMO has all the answers, and they hire you and they have a team to help you think through all the different things that could happen and be thoughtful. And so we want that feedback. We want those questions. And I think the worst thing you can do is not speak up or not contribute because you're intimidated, or you're like, oh, they already thought of that, because they haven't. And that's why you're there. So I think that would be my best advice to people. And just saying yes and being open to say, hey, I hear there's this project I've heard that you guys are working on. Can I help? I think just putting your name in the hat, like, that's literally, it sounds so easy. And I know sometimes it's not, but I think that would just be my best advice. My last words of advice about growing a winning brand would be to stay curious. That's simple. I learned that at my time at Victoria's Secret. That was one of our guiding principles as a leadership team, is just showing up with curiosity. And I think that, to me, as a leader, as well as a mom, as a person, I think you have to sometimes not try to get to the answer, not try to get to, like, why did that happen? Or what about this? And what about that? It's like, wait, but why? Why are our customers giving us this feedback? Or what are we missing? Or how could we show up differently and bring the story to life? I think that is probably the best advice I can give.
Her Business Playbook is presented in partnership with the Columbus Chamber of Commerce, with production support from Brainstorm Media. Learn more at herbusinessplaybook.com.